also a vacancy of sorts at the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Now, technically, everyone's moved up a spot in the ring rankings. So it's like Usyk 1 and the Monster 2. But I'll just mention that for the last several years, there's been a debate in boxing about who the number one pound-for-pound fighter it was, you know? Now, people like me who were proven right by the events of what actually happened would say Crawford. But others would argue Usyk and Inoue, and not always in that.
Max Kellerman, never one to shy away from a controversial take, is leaving no doubt about his stance. He has been vocal and direct that the throne is no longer empty, and he's ready to name the true successor to Terence Crawford. He's shown he's analyzed the stats and the tape, looking for a definitive pound-for-pound king, not just a placeholder. This isn't just a ranking update, it's a changing of the guard, and Kellerman is ready to end the debate once and for all.
Mama, Grandma, we made it. We made it. You know, it's been a journey, you know? It's been a journey. I remember, like it was yesterday, I went to quit boxing. You know, it was getting to the point where I didn't enjoy it no more. I didn't love it no more. And Bomac, you know, he always, hey, don't worry about it, man. Just keep going. It's gonna all pay off one day. And I'm like, man, fuck boxing. But them having the faith in me and keeping me on the narrow arrow, you know, is what y'all see today.
This wasn't a fade out. This was a mic drop. Crawford left as the undisputed super middleweight champion and the undeniable number one pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. But by vacating that top spot, he hasn't just left a belt up for grabs. He's created a power vacuum that has thrown the entire sport into chaos. The question isn't just about who picks up the belts he left behind at super middleweight. The real debate, the one tearing fans and experts apart right now, is about the crown itself. With the king gone, who actually sits on the throne? The Inside the Ring panel featuring Max Kellerman, Malik Scott, and Shady McCoy just sat down to answer that question. And their answer signals a major shift in how we judge greatness in the modern era.
It's a clean sweep. So there is, and on this show, there is no controversy. I believe it's Usyk for one reason. They're both super fighters, right? And Bam might join them pretty soon. Usyk has a bag that reminds me of Crawford. No matter what adjustment you make, Tyson Fury makes great adjustments. He made adjustments and was playing with Usyk in the middle of that fight. Playing with his food, toying with him. Oh my God, Tyson Fury just separated himself from Usyk. And Usyk made another adjustment and came back and beat him. And then beat him in the rematch. He's like Crawford that way. Yes. He's like Crawford, not the puncher Crawford is. I think that was the difference. They're very similar. Crawford's a better natural puncher than
he can adjust on the fly.
But 4 years, the debate was a three-headed monster. Crawford, Inoue, and Usyk. With Crawford out of the picture, you might expect a split decision, but the consensus among the experts is shockingly unanimous. Alexander Usyk is the new number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's not just about his record. It's about the sheer impossibility of what he's doing. We are talking about a man who cleaned out the cruiserweight division and then moved up to the land of giants to dominate heavyweights. He didn't just survive against Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois. He systematically broke them down.
He's an animal, man. Yeah. I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ was Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant, there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
You're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no, there's no rounds off. Yeah. Everything is he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can like dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is like there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with, and he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired.
Max Kellerman pinpointed exactly why Usyk takes the top spot over everyone else. It comes down to adaptability in the middle of a fight when things go wrong. Usyk has a bag of tricks that rivals Crawford's own. Look at the fights against Fury. Fury is massive, awkward, and knows how to use his size. Yet Usyk found a way to download the data, adjust his timing, and take over. Malik Scott and Shady McCoy back this up completely. When a smaller man enters the ring with a giant and doesn't just win but outskills him, that is the very definition of pound-for-pound greatness. He isn't knocking people out with one punch like he used to at lower weights, but he is mentally dissecting them in a way that no other heavyweight can handle.
And Usyk, now where he is now, he has not been knocking people out the same way. Until then, even as he moved up, he was beating people up and knocking them out. And now that stopped, whereas Usyk only made one jump, but it's a big jump.
It's a big jump,
heavy.
right?
And he's still still knocking
like
guys
Tyson
out.
Fury, he really handled Tyson Fury.
He did.
And this is Tyson Fury we talking about.
Yeah.
How about you?
I got to go with Usyk as well, Max. And again, what you said is why I have him number one. I mean, Daniel Dubois is a very, very solid heavyweight. He picks him apart like no problem.
I wouldn't call him solid. I call him dynamic.
He's
a dynamic heavyweight. He has speed. He has power.
Yeah.
He has athletic ability. He didn't want it at the end of the Joe Joyce fight, but he has since righted the ship.
Yep.
But he no question, Usyk dominated him.
Usyk did to him. Usyk could do it all.
Twice.
Southpaw twice. Two knockouts.
Two knockouts twice. Yeah.
Now I'll say this: it's a clean sweep. So there is on this show there is no controversy. I believe it's Usyk for one reason. They're both super fighters, right? And Bam might join them pretty soon. Usyk has a bag that reminds me of Crawford. No matter what adjustment you make, Tyson Fury makes great adjustments. He made adjustments and was playing with Usyk in the middle of that fight. Playing with his food, toying with him. Oh my God, Tyson Fury just separated himself from Usyk. And Usyk made another adjustment and came back and beat him. And then beat him in the rematch. He's like Crawford that way.
Yes.
He's like Crawford, not the puncher Crawford is. I think that was the difference. They're very similar. Crawford's a better natural puncher than
he can adjust
Usyk.
On the fly.
But he can adjust.
Naturally, there is a massive legion of fans screaming the name of Na, the monster Inu, right now. And on paper, their argument is strong. Inu is a 4-division champion who creates destruction wherever he goes. He has speed, power, and a knockout reel that looks like a video game. But the experts explain exactly why he falls to number 2 in this new hierarchy. Comes down to the physics of the weight jumps. While Eno has climbed through the divisions, the physical gap he has to bridge isn't quite the same as what Usyk deals with.
Lean has Usyk won it pound for pound now in Crawford's absence. Inoue 2. Malik, you think it's Usyk 1, Inoue 2 apparently, right?
Yes.
Or do you have Larry Holmes 2? He's retired.
I believe when Crawford fought Canelo before the fight is when I really understood that the pound for pound list from people is a real circumstantial statement.
Okay.
Because going in, I already said Usyk is the number 1 pound for pound. I don't care how Terence Crawford beat Canelo. Usyk still was my guy. And after the fight, Terence, he is top 3 pound for pound, but I would have to put Alexander Usyk
So you still have Usyk over Inoue?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you have Usyk 1, Inoue 2. What do you got, Shady?
I'm going with Usyk 1, like you just talked about. I mean, he's been so dominant, right? And I think in a way he's done a great job, but I gotta go Usyk, man. And it's just the way he's been fighting though, right? You heavyweight, right? And you beating these bigger guys, you beating them down.
Now Inoue has moved up more divisions than Usyk. However, those jumps are smaller.
Right.
And Usyk, in now where he is now, he has not been knocking people out the same way. Until then, even as he moved up, he was beating people up and knocking them out. And now that stopped, whereas Usyk only made one jump, but it's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
Moving from 118 to 122 pounds is difficult. Absolutely. But moving from cruiserweight to heavyweight involves fighting men who might outweigh you by 40, 50, or even 60 pounds. That is a different kind of warfare. The panel respects Inoue. Kellerman even noted that some people have argued for Inoue as number one in the past. But right now the scale tips toward Usyk because of the level of opposition and the physical disadvantages he overcomes every single time he steps through the ropes. Inoue is perfect, but Usyk is defying the laws of physics. Until Inoue does something equally impossible, he is the prince, not the king.